Take off the Doja, take off the Birkin bag, take all that.
It's Madden NFL 23. Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Chiefs.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Brandon Gaudin joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Chiefs in this matchup, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of, we're going to do what we do.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position past the 40-yard line. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 16 carries, 76 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more.
To help get him on the ground.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And he's off to a tremendous start here through 2 weeks of the season. Already 9 touchdown passes. Everyone wants to come out and generate a little momentum. He's done that and more, no question about it.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Swinging this out for Pollard. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mahomes. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes going to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And again, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play would be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away? It could cost them a ball game.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. They'll set up to throw. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first.
Alive in a play. Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Back to throw now on first down. It's caught. Smith. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Final shot before the half for Mahomes. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached the... And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Second down at 4. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Max Crosby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's caught by Howard. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. From deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ballgame, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Finding room at midfield. And some room to roam now. Still going. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We're back now in KC. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Here's Pollard again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Being chased out. Oh, no, he lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Mahomes now on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. On first down, Mahomes. And not wanting to take a shot out of the pocket, he tucks it and goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
This offense on third down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. They go play fake. Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give him credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
He's going to try and go deep again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll run left with Pollard. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And a short gain here down to the 22. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on third down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And surprise to this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 15. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 5, 44 seconds to go. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Mahomes. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. Finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for the Buccaneers, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll be on the road next week.